Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Casual Flagger here, back for episode number 2 of our Madden 21 rebuild franchise of the Chicago Bears. Last episode, we went through the offseason, and it was a very successful offseason for the Bears. I'm sure Bears fans would be rather pleased with it. As you can see here, we have Deshaun Watson as our quarterback. In order to make this happen, we did have to give up Khalil Mack and 3 first-round picks. Well, okay, so we didn't technically have to because the only way we were going to get it to go through was if we made him a punter and did goofy stuff like that. But I think it was reasonable just due to the fact that we gave 3 first-round picks and Khalil Mack. That's more than enough to get Deshaun Watson. Let's be realistic. So, especially because they said the bidding was starting at 3 first-round picks. So that's 3 first-round picks and a former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year who's still playing at a high level, even if he is 30. So yeah, we did that, which means that we needed to find a replacement at left outside linebacker, which basically meant a new pass rusher because that was Khalil Mack's role, as I changed some of these abilities here. And so we acquired another first-round pick for Marcel Darius, and then like a second or third or something. It was a couple picks. But anyway, we got Joseph Osai from the University of Texas. He's exactly what we need. We needed a pass rusher. And he'll fill that role nicely for us. I honestly think Hamilcar Rochette is going to start instead of Robert Quinn, because Robert Quinn's he's old. Let's be honest. Only reason he's still here is because it doesn't make sense financially to cut him. And we're probably about to have to take a big cap hit from trading Khalil Mack. Anyway, yeah, so we did that. So our linebacking core is looking real different now. We've got good young faces in there. Danny Trevathan is still there. We've still got Roquan Smith, the stud middle linebacker. He'll be here for a while to anchor our defense. We also brought in Shaquille Griffin to be our number 1 corner. Jalen Johnson will be on the other one on the outside, and which means that we can bring Kyle Fuller. Yeah, we can bring Kyle Fuller into the slot. Brought in Carl Joseph to play strong safety, and then we signed Tack McKinley to I think we gave him like a 5-year deal. It's not going to show me easily. Yeah, I think we gave him like a 5-year deal to come and be our pass rusher, and it was a really cheap deal. We also brought back Allen Robinson, which is a big deal. Re-signed Joe Thuney to a contract to help our offensive line out. And then we drafted Alex Leatherwood with either second or third round pick. And then I think our other big pick was Tutu Atwell. We also signed Alan Lazard and made him a tight end, and he is a 76 overall tight end. His blocking is awful. And he's really not much of a possession tight end, but we'll see how it goes. If he ends up not working out for us, we'll just move Cole Kmet as the starter. I just kind of did it as an experiment, and we'll just auto scout those guys. But yeah, we've got I know it's an 81 overall team. A lot of that is just because we're young. I'm going to set my season goal. I think we should make the playoffs, honestly. Before I started recording, I went and adjusted some sliders. Basically what I did was I made it so that Madden, or all Madden difficulty, is playable. Because as it is right now, it's not. It's not playable. Not at all. They make ridiculous plays. They complete every pass. You don't even have a chance. So basically the things I updated, or not updated, the sliders that I changed were all on the CPU side. Um, and then I did pass coverage, pass defense reaction time, and interceptions, I think. And I increased all of the 5 for me. And then I brought the QB accuracy down to like 28. Lowered pass and run blocking by a little bit. And lowered their pass coverage, interceptions, and something else down into like, I think, to like a 40. So yeah, that's where we're sitting on that. I don't know how much of a running team this is going to be. Like I said, I wasn't super fond of David Montgomery, and I don't know what Tariq Cohen's going to be able to do. And that's a great way to start the season. Deshaun Watson gets to a new team, and on the first play of the regular season, he gets sacked. Okay. Well, this is a big game. We need to win this. It's a division game, obviously. And Charles Leno is hurt. That's lovely.
This is 3rd and 9. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flush to his right.
And he completes it there to Allen Robinson. 1 for 1, 31 yards. And this is what the Bears fans are looking to see. Oh, and David Montgomery gets a pretty solid run. As Danny Shelton is down for the Lions. Oh, that may have been a mistake. I don't think I needed to put him back in because I think he had a high chance of re-injury. And we hit Allen Robinson again. So Allen Robinson obviously is not the best receiver that Watson's ever had since he played with DeAndre Hopkins. And this really isn't even the best receiving core he's had. And there's Alan Lazard with the touchdown. So far working out as a tight end. He was wide open, and he's super tall, so it's working out. So a 7-0 lead here. So after that opening sack, we kind of turned it around. So let's see how the defense plays. That's going to be the big question mark right now. Like I said, we traded away our best defensive player, but while pass rushers don't necessarily come a dime a dozen, they're a whole hell of a lot easier to replace than a quarterback. And considering the quality of quarterbacks that the Bears have had in the past, I mean, you look, the last quarterback for them to make it to a Super Bowl was Rex Grossman. That's not great. And Mitch Trubisky did technically make a Pro Bowl, but before him, the only one that did it was Jim McMahon. And I guess you could make a case that, like, yeah, Jay Cutler was really good, but when push comes to shove, he has no playoff success. I don't think they were terrible in the playoffs, but they were never amazing, and they definitely didn't make a Super Bowl. Ooh, and there's a big tackle. I don't know who that is. It might have been Danny Trevathan. It was. So I think right now the defense is a solid mix of like veteran guys and young talent. So Lions moving a little bit here. We're making good plays, and then they'll turn around immediately and get a stop.
establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big
And really, a lot of times the run blocking is not the issue. Like, that's not the reason why they get a bunch of yards rushing. It's because they just like my second level doesn't like get to the play. Like there. Well, I mean, okay, that was kind of on me, but and it doesn't matter what I run, whether it's man zone or a blitz. They're just not there. So everything has been right on target for Stafford. Everything that we changed is not making a difference. We're not getting any pressure right now. Never mind. And that's Hamilcar Rashed getting the sack. So he was our first rookie to get a sack, not Joseph Osai. Osai is not even one of my pass rushers. Why is Robert Quinn rushing the passer over him? Ooh, and a big hit there by Carl Joseph. So we're going to hold it to a field goal. That sack obviously came in huge. While I'm thinking about it, though, let's go to the depth chart and fix that. I really want Robert Quinn playing as little as possible. Joseph Osai is only a 73 pass rusher. That doesn't make any sense. I guess it does. I don't really care that much if Rashed rushes or not. I'd rather it be that. And then for my defensive tackles, I need Akeem Hicks in there. Yeah, Akeem Hicks, Bilal Nichols, and then Eddie Goldman. Okay. So yeah, Robert Quinn doesn't need to be in there rushing the passer. And I don't really want Danny Trevathan playing that much either.
13 plays, you only give up a field goal. You did a nice job there, but here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes. You don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
I remember a long time ago, this was like several Maddens ago. It was and that was a terrible screen. I don't know what Cohen was doing. He just felt the need to run into the guys. But, yeah, a long time ago, pass complete there to Anthony Miller. But, yeah, I was playing on, I don't know what Madden it was, but it was on, like, the Xbox 360, so it was, you know, I'm glad I had my interceptions lowered for them, because if he would have intercepted that, I would have been mad. Anyway, yeah, I was playing a franchise with the Bears, and I had an auto-generated player. It was a running back. His name was Cassius Note. And it's one of the best draft picks I've ever made, because he was like a 3rd or 4th round pick, and he ended up being like a high 70s or an 80, like out the gate. And he just ended up being really good. His development I don't ever think was very good, but I don't even know who my quarterback would have been with that team. It might have been Jay Cutler.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins.
Oh, man. So I'm interested in what receivers they signed. I don't even remember what they did with their draft pick. But they've got... It doesn't look like Kenny Galladay's here. No Kenny Galladay, no Marvin Jones. Ooh. I don't know that that's going to count, but Joseph Osai picked it up.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
So booth review. That is our second sack of the game. Yeah, I don't think that's going to count. Nope, didn't count. Oh well. Second and 22 as it is.
Ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were striking.
Yeah, what I was saying, you know, that Cash's note guy is really good. If by some miracle of just like the randomness that is Madden's name generator, they created a person in the class that's a Cash's note and he's a running back, I'm drafting him. He'll be a legend. I hate that, like, every screen pass that the CPU runs, they immediately, like, the running back gets out of the way of the offensive line gets upfield. Whenever I do it, it's the offensive line just kind of sits there and the running back runs into him. And I've got to wait a full, like, 10 seconds to throw the ball. You know, there's supposed to be a quick pass. 10 seconds is not quick. Well, it is. 10 seconds is not quick in football. Oh, Griffin, you could have had that. Yeah, I don't know who this team took in the draft. I'm kind of interested. Akeem Hicks almost got there. Really? Really? I have tackling turned up too, by the way. I have it up to 55. And DeAndre Swift is not even a power back, and he managed to break out of that. Hicks should have had the sack, first of all, and second of all, that should have been a tackle. We got old man Danny Trevathan there. Oh, shut up, Stafford.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt.
Roquan Smith there for a big hit. We needed that. Smith already has got 6 tackles. Really? Who is Hollywood Higgins? Really is out here. Okay. And that's the really irritating thing is you've got receivers that are middle of the road receivers on their best days making catches like that. And then I'll come around on offense and Allen Robinson will drop a pass that hits him right in the chest and there's no one around him. So we're down 10-7. And this is a year we need to make the playoffs. We don't have a draft pick. Or not a first round pick anyway. And, ooh, nice big play to Anthony Miller. Watson managed to fit that in there. Alright. Oh, well. I was going to run a screen. Hopefully Cohen would have busted it out. Or at least, you know, not been in the way. Oh, something else I wanted to mention. We are obviously still using Matt Nagy as our coach in this. He is still the coach of the Bears, which I don't agree with. I don't think that's a good decision, but until something happens otherwise, and I don't even know how I would do it then, Matt Nagy is going to be the coach. Oh, no, actually, no, I can't do it because I can't make a new coach that's the coach of the Bears. But for now, Matt Nagy is the coach of this team.
He usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Ooh, we complete one there to Anthony Miller. And we're going to get out of bounds.
Right around the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And this was a nice example of an
So
offensive coordinator
let's see if we can get.
his guy open just a little
Hopefully that corner goes with Robinson. And
and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space,
oh my gosh,
room to run after the catch.
Akuda, who are you supposed to be covering?
Not what they had
Or
in mind.
no, that was Javon Holland.
So they had the big
I think it was Javon Holland.
pass play and facing a second and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes it inside the 10 to the
I could have gotten a few more yards, but
6 yards there off the street.
I'm not really trying to kill Watson.
Out of the gun, Watson.
And we got it. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson's first of the season. Second of the year for Deshaun Watson.
And the Bears have retaken the lead.
I'm going to try to run the ball a little bit more in the second half.
Their touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there.
But unless these running backs develop a lot more than I think they will, Cohen, I'm going to probably try and cut as soon as I can. Oh,
Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown.
okay, good. I just worried that was going to go out of bounds.
7 yards deep.
And that would have been a problem.
This one is their drive will start at the 25. 25-yard line.
Montgomery is a guy I don't see getting a second contract with us.
What do you think goes on?
Again, assuming this franchise makes it this far,
You're trailing
or makes it that far.
territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about
Um,
starting your team
Cohen, I'll probably cut as soon as I can.
back into the game, but you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there.
Okay, so 3rd and 5 here. 34 seconds. They are going to try and throw it, and they get it.
Jones. And he is
They brought Marvin Jones back.
first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. So
I think I'm going to check and see who their first round pick was. They should be able to see it pretty easy.
throwing again is Stafford.
And it's picked off.
Jones, and it's intercepted.
I don't know.
Kyle Fuller.
Oh, Kyle Fuller. Okay.
Into enemy territory, down to the
Oh, we got 22 seconds.
You're trailing, you're trying to get
Let's not be too aggressive, but I would like to at least get a field goal.
But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those.
under pressure.
And we're sacked again.
Sacked back at the 46. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And that will be
Damn.
incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Allen Robinson, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 20.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Okay, let's run this and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to have time
It's
for
Watson.
that to develop. Nope. Throw it away.
Complete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
And let's see if we can get a good punt. Doesn't really matter.
Now Callaway on the return. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt.
If he wouldn't have fielded it, it would have probably been a little bit better. But
Final play before halftime.
they're going to take a knee. Before they do that, I'm going to go look and see what who their first round pick this year was. Of course, they took Jeff Okuda last year with the 3rd pick. Wide receiver, maybe? No. That wide receiving core is bad. Offensive line. Doesn't look like it. Oh, they took Gregory Rousseau. That's odd. They were going to take a defensive player. They were picking in a range where they could have had Micah Parsons or Owusu Koromoa. No, they signed Jayon Brown. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Him and Jelani Tavai make that a lot better. Sean Dion Hamilton's not bad. Did they get rid of... Okay, they got rid of Justin Coleman and Trufant. I don't know why. Let's see, like, I would have Javon Holland and Jeff Okuda both starting, but Madden is goofy. But that's not my problem. I'm not the Lions. And of course, obviously, as I said last episode, or at least I think I did. I don't know. I tried recording it, or I recorded it a couple of times, or started recording it a couple of times. But if I didn't, Madden's not completely updated on their rosters, so obviously, Stafford is still a Lion, Jared Goff is still a Ram, and Carson Wentz is still an Eagle. That's why when I went out and got a quarterback, I went and got Watson, because he would be a quarterback that is actually still on the market. You know, allegedly. I don't know who the coach is of the Lions now, but that's not Dan Campbell. He ain't looking to break no kneecaps. Roquan Smith is a monster. Having a really good middle linebacker on defense goes a long, long way. Roquan Smith is really good in this game. Fred Warner is amazing. Especially because he's really easy to get up to the point where you can get avalanche on him. Oh, I went for the hit stick and missed. But he fumbled anyway. And Smith was there to recover the... No, that was Osai that recovered the fumble. So he gets his fumble recovery anyway. I don't know who it was that forced the fumble. Oh, it was Carl Joseph. He's been laying some big hits. So far a solid signing with him. Obviously our off-season moves have been paying dividends. Watson's played really well. Lazard's got a touchdown. Our rookies have been making plays. And then our offensive line gives up a sack. Well, for anyone that's keeping track, that's 3 so far. He's going to be just as mad here as he was in Houston.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big time fumble. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again.
So the right side of my offensive line is probably going to be... I'm honestly glad that I moved Thuney over there now because he's a higher overall than Daniels. So he'll be able to help. He'll be able to supplement the issue that I'm going to have with what's his face, Leatherwood playing there. And he's not going to get anywhere. See, like, I want to run more than once per drive, but if I run it on 2nd and 10 and he gets a yard, you know, what am I supposed to do? So there's Lazard. Lazard could be a big weapon for us. I think that could be an underrated signing for us. Oh my gosh. What am I supposed to do? I read the play right, and then I got tackled by someone who wasn't even the read guy.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Take over 1st and 10.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
Watson's taking a little bit of abuse, and that's a problem.
You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this.
Their offensive line is just holding up just long enough for me to not get sacks.
On first down, Swift. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. Second and 10, third quarter of the season opener. A shotgun snap for Stafford. That's complete to Swift.
Really? Why is DeAndre Swift just breaking every single tackle? Also, that was the weakest hit stick I have ever seen from somebody. He kind of just showed him his shoulder, and then Swift shrugged. And now he's making like ridiculous blocks against Hakeem Hicks. I think the moral of this game is DeAndre Swift is evidently like the next coming of Derrick Henry.
From the gun, Stafford, the left side completion to Jones.
I have opposing QB accuracy at a 28, and Stafford is 20 for 25. I'm going to put it on a 10. This is ridiculous.
Down right around the 25. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. These fifth-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit goal.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter.
All right, let's get a stop. At least hold him to a field goal. Roquan Smith with a big hit, but he holds on.
Really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
No Shea Hennessy.
Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. The quick slant caught.
All right, well, that's a touchdown for the Lions. You really hate to see it.
From 8 yards out, and the Lions are able to extend their
Garbage.
lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decently.
So they have one touchdown off of a fumble recovery that they returned. And 2 off of punts. Oh. And now Tariq Cohen's hurt. So I'm stuck using David Montgomery, which I don't really want to do. Okay, let's just get something. We're not moving the ball. Dog. I have quick draw. I don't understand why he's not getting rid of the ball. I get that that's like Deshaun Watson's whole thing, is he doesn't get rid of the ball, so he takes so many sacks. But come on. You don't have to be that realistic, Madden. And a drop. And Cohen's got bruised ribs. He's probably going to miss the rest of the game. If I can get close. No, I've got the first. I was going to say, if I can even get close, I'll go for it, but picked it up. Oh my god. I've got to get a new cord for this controller. It doesn't stay plugged in. What? Where are you throwing the ball? Watson really, I guess, like, I say he's had a good game. He's really made some very bad throws. That was terrible. Anthony Miller was wide open. The one really good throw that he had was the throw to Lazard
Get him to the ground at the Lions'
in the
40.
end zone.
A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant
Okay,
offense.
Robinson might actually get open on this play. And I'm hit as I throw. Luckily, Robinson has the intelligence to come back and catch it.
That's good for 28 yards.
A gain of 28
Defensively,
more
you've got
yards.
the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like
Face mask?
and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat
Dog, there was a face mask too.
What's the deal, y'all? So they can't just run it right down your throat.
God.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now a throw in the end zone on first down, but it winds up in
And my defenders never, ever knock out passes.
Downfield, and look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing
It's just
eventually that becomes man on
the other team.
and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the
We
football.
got Robinson that time.
and he's going to be
13 to 22, 32, and 2 touchdowns for Watson. Robinson 7 for 150.
over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution, it's not just performance, it's a mental aspect that's going on.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson.
And that's his second touchdown.
Allen Robinson. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bears.
And I think we might have missed that. Yeah, we did. Ugh.
It was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down.
And so the Bears continue with their kicking
Take
problems.
a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Realistic, like, okay, how many teams are?
Take over first and 10. At their
I think the only 2 teams that might have worse luck with kickers than the Bears are the Bills and the
A field goal does the opposition.
and
To have a little bit of a cushion and
the
that
Vikings.
immeasurably. But the bottom
Maybe not even the Vikings.
do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not
I don't know. Blair Walsh kind of screwed him over a few times.
on first down. It's Stafford.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Bills lost a Super Bowl because their kicker missed a field goal off the
Inside the 40.
upright.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Just
That was before my time, but I think that's how it went down.
this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson.
It's just everyone's open.
Good gain of 9.
There's no incompletions, and we're not stopping them in the run.
The jumbo set now on 2nd and 1.
second and a yard. At the
I
29
Now whistles,
that better have been a
flag down.
false start.
The Lions lineman might have moved.
Good.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
I just need them to stop or to hold them to a field goal, so I can tie it up. If we don't hold them to a field goal, I'm pretty sure the game's over.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If it was me as the receiver, I would have dropped it.
The pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
9 yards.
We know he has pretty good hands on display.
And like, yeah, Marvin Jones is a good receiver, but I was throwing to Allen Robinson. Robinson's better.
One-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks.
We finally stopped DeAndre Swift.
They make it part of their repertoire.
I know he didn't have a whole lot of yards, but it feels like he's just running through everybody.
They've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
Not as worried. I'm not that worried about the time. We just need to stop them.
From the gun, here's Stafford.
See, they're just not covering.
Tight end Hawkinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd
I
down.
think the pass coverage is the bigger issue. They're not close enough. If they're not there, they can't make plays.
Try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this.
I'm gonna call that timeout now.
That is well short of what he needed. And now defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout.
I'm not even gonna actually honestly go for the block.
Coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And his kick is good. And that'll make this a 7.
Okay, so we've got 13 seconds to
Defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed
just
some
take a
time
knee
off
here,
the clock,
Cohen.
right?
We've got
Get
13
themselves in good
seconds,
position.
and then the 2-minute warning, and then 2 timeouts.
Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down 27-20, 2:13 remaining. Here's Watson. That's complete to Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get
Does the clock stop on that?
well executed. 22.
Because if it does, that would be very nice. Oh, it does. Cool.
Right there, a nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a toss left
I'll
side.
keep doing this.
Of his tight end. And he'll be out.
We're picking up good yardage every time, so
Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
so far Lazard's working out as a tight end.
Watson
His
off play
blocking is suspect, but
and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
let's see, that was the perfect time to throw it over the middle of the field.
Score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
Okay, we need to run some time.
And he doesn't quite make it.
Because it's
Dropped at the 1. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And 2 big plays, one after the other. Now all of a sudden, they're on the march. And that is caught.
touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson with his 3rd. Deshaun Watson with his 4th of the day.
Now 3 week 1 touchdowns. And the
Okay,
Bears
we've got to hit this.
away from tying the football game.
On for the point after.
Well, the hard part's
And I don't know that we did.
to split the post, tie it
Okay,
up, but then their defense
we hit
is
it.
gonna have to hold up.
I was honestly quite worried.
No matter what, I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't.
All right, 27-27.
John Brown set to kick off.
Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And there are the numbers.
All right, so 27-27 game.
We thought he was in for maybe a career day, not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a miss.
They're obviously going to come out passing.
But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the
Tackle,
ball. They went in at
please.
halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it's ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
19.
I'm going to have to honestly, I'm going to have to consider taking timeouts. Oh,
This is gonna be intercepted.
Jalen Johnson with the big interception.
Jalen Johnson,
Let's go.
right side, and they will score.
Jalen Johnson
6 for a Bears touchdown.
with a hopefully game-winning pick 6 on Matt Stafford.
About as big of a defensive play as you can.
And he jumps it. Beautiful.
That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run. Read it,
34-27.
the football, get it.
Chicago lead with 35 seconds left.
For themselves.
At the very least,
Point splits the
we can afford to give up the touchdown now.
take a 7-point lead.
John Brown set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And ultimately he
Wasn't an absolute killer for the Lions, but it hurts a lot.
to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Defense ready to kick.
That was literally the best thing that could happen.
One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed.
Actually, I guess the real best case scenario would have been him picking it off and the going out as he got into the end zone.
The season, you go over this situation,
But this is a close second.
go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and
Good tackle by Griffin. Keep him in bounds.
it is a cat and mouse deal here.
I'm honestly okay giving up the pass. Yeah, they picked up the first, but it doesn't get them super far downfield. Not even across the 50 yet. Like they're probably within range for Stafford to get him into the end zone.
That's going to be knocked away.
Or he can get him close.
The intended receiver was
And they have 2 timeouts, so all they've got to do is catch it and fall down.
Johnson on the coverage.
Stafford. Catch is made by
Keep him in bounds.
tight end. Now they do indeed get the timeout.
Oh, I'm pretty confident Stafford can get it into the end zone from here. So
Final heave to the end zone.
let's
Stafford
just
now to throw.
bat the ball down.
Desperation throw deep downfield. And that is caught on the right sideline but out of bounds.
And he came up with the ball.
The throw took him a little too far.
It's just
So this one
so it ended up being a great game. Watson didn't turn the ball. Well, yes, he did. He had 2 fumbles, but didn't throw any interceptions, which is really good, really important.
Right out of the gate. Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Allen Robinson had a fantastic game.
1 week gone and plenty.
He's showing to be well worth the money that we paid him.
So for the Bears,
So yeah, 19 of 26 for Watson, 73% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 313 yards. Stafford was 31 of 40, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think I'm going to have another week, play it with these sliders, and go on. Rushing, we had 50 yards,
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.
which isn't good, if you didn't know.
We'll talk to you next time. So long.
Receiving, Allen Robinson 11 for 197, 3 touchdowns. Alan Lazard 4 for 57 and a touchdown, but he had a couple of really big plays at the end of the game. 3 for 63 for Anthony Miller. Alan Lazard gave up a sack. We've kind of got to expect that if we're leaving him in to block. Roquan Smith had 11 tackles. He's probably going to have like 150 this season. Tackles for loss, Roquan Smith, Danny Trevathan, Akeem Nicks. Akeem Nicks and Hamilcar Rashed each had a sack. And Jalen Johnson, the 55-yard pick six that sealed the game, or won the game and didn't seal it. And Kyle Fuller had a pick for 7 yards. So, I have to say, happy with the way things turned out. We our off-season additions had some good games, and the decisions we made in the off-season came back with good dividends. Lazard made a lot of good plays. Deshaun Watson was great. Allen Robinson was great, and obviously we were kind of hesitant to re-sign him. Ultimately, we said, yeah, we've got to do it because, what's the point of getting Watson if he doesn't have anyone to throw to? And then Shaquille Griffin had an interception, which was big. And Hamilcar Rashed, one of our rookies, had a sack. So, big week 1 win. It was close. It was tough. And we've got some tough games coming up, so I'm glad we at least got the win there. But coming up, we've got the Seahawks, who of course have Russell Wilson and Bobby Wagner, and as well as Jamal Adams and DK Metcalf and other stuff. But Allen Robinson did finish with Offensive Player of the Week. Zadarius Smith with 4 sacks was the Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. AFC was Ryan Tannehill, 251 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 32 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Not that crazy of a game. And then Dante Hightower had 12 tackles and an interception. So, yeah, great game. It was a pretty exciting game, too. We were up for a little bit, and then, they came back because we couldn't do anything. We ended up winning, so I'll take it. Guys, if you enjoyed that first episode, enjoyed our first game, I thought it was a great way to start it off. Leave a like. I'll try and get more of these up. I'm going to have to make myself actually upload these 2 episodes before I record anymore. So that's what I tend to do, is I'll record like 4 or 5 episodes and then not do anything with them. So that's what I've got to do here. As my dog is pulling my controller out of my hand. But yeah, guys, so if you did enjoy, oh, now she's in my lap. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Get it out there to the people so the people can see it. But this is Casual Flacker saying bye-bye.